After years of shooting, we stopped chasing lights that look impressive on paper. What matters is how a light fits into your flow. The Colbor 65W RGB COB became familiar to us through daily use. It stayed quiet, reliable, and predictable. Then we picked up the Zhiyun MOLUS X200 RGB, and suddenly our expectations shifted. More power, less weight, and fewer compromises. So today, we want to walk you through our experience with both and help you think about which one fits your kind of work. Let's get started. Let's rewind for a moment, because the order matters. When the Colbor CL60R first came into our studio, we were not chasing anything exciting. We just needed a compact RGB COB that could stay on a stand, move when needed, and not slow us down. Right away, the size made sense. It sits in the hand like a lens, which removes that small pause you sometimes feel before shifting gear around. Over time, it earned trust without trying. We used it for interviews, product shots, and branded work where consistency matters more than drama. The body held up, the knob stayed solid, and the screen stayed clear. Those small details decide whether a light feels dependable during real shoots. Output also surprised us. For a 65-watt light, it pushed confidently, especially with the reflector. In controlled studio setups, it worked as a key without forcing compromises. With a softbox, skin tones stayed natural and product colors stayed honest, which saved time later. The magenta and green adjustment quietly became useful, because mixed lighting always creeps in. RGB felt practical too, mostly for subtle accents rather than bold effects. Cooling stayed quiet, power options stayed flexible, and over 2 years it proved it could be trusted. Then the Zhiyun MOLUS X200 RGB entered the picture, and the reaction was immediate. We picked it up, paused, and looked at each other. A 200-watt light is not supposed to feel this light. At under a kilo, it feels closer to a compact accessory than a traditional COB, and that instantly changes expectations. On a stand, it feels balanced. In a bag, it barely asks for space, which makes you curious about how it will behave once things get serious. Power integration says a lot about Zhiyun's thinking. The V-mount plate feels like part of the body, and the battery becomes your handle, your counterweight, and your power source. That reduces cable clutter, which sounds minor, but adds up fast on busy sets. When we needed wall power, it switched easily. When we needed to move fast, PD 3.1 support gave us options. On paper, the power difference looks obvious. With the Colbor, you work closer. You shape light through distance and modifiers. That is not a limitation. It is simply how a 65-watt light behaves. The Zhiyun gives you space. With close to 19,000 lux at 1 meter using the diffuser, you can pull the light back and still maintain exposure. That freedom changes composition. What impressed us most was consistency. From low output to full power, Zhiyun stayed stable. No sudden color shifts, no surprises. Beam quality also felt refined. The homogenizer produces a smooth transition without harsh hotspots. Even at higher output, the fall-off felt natural. That helped during product shoots where reflections reveal everything. RGB can easily become distracting, so how it behaves matters more than how many colors it offers. The Colbor delivers a wide range, and it does so in a predictable way. When we dialed in colors for backgrounds, the light stayed controlled. It never felt cheap unless we pushed it intentionally. Meanwhile, Zhiyun RGB feels denser. Colors feel richer but not aggressive. We used it as a rim light with gentle saturation, and it blended into skin tones naturally. That balance is hard to get right. The wider CCT range also helped when matching ambient light, especially near windows or mixed sources. As for interface, Colbor stays simple. 2 dials, clear feedback, and no learning curve. The app support kept it relevant over time. The Zhiyun interface feels more polished. Bluetooth grouping turned out to be more useful than expected. Both lights support Bowen's mount, which is non-negotiable for us. The Colbor mount held large softboxes without complaint. We trusted it with bigger modifiers and it stayed secure. The Zhiyun takes shaping further through its custom accessories. The homogenizer and Fresnel options add flexibility. With larger softboxes, the X200 starts to feel like a compact studio head rather than a portable compromise. Noise ruins good audio, and both lights understand that. The Colbor stayed very quiet, even after hours of use. Heat stayed controlled, and we never felt rushed to shut it down. But Zhiyun's cooling system feels more advanced. Even at higher output, the noise remained subtle. During interviews, that gave us confidence to place it closer when needed. This is where things get personal. The Colbor earned its place through consistency. It never slowed us down. It supported our work quietly for years, and that matters. The Zhiyun changed how often we questioned our setup. It reduced friction, faster setup, fewer cables, more power, and more flexibility across locations. We noticed ourselves reaching for it more often, not because the Colbor failed, but because the Zhiyun gave us more room to think creatively. Overall, we found the Zhiyun MOLUS X200 RGB more convenient. It feels portable, versatile, and capable across indoor and outdoor work. Cooling feels confident, and power options feel freeing. The Colbor 65W RGB COB remains trustworthy. It stood by us for over 2 years without holding us back, but the Zhiyun gave us more space, more options, and a little more breathing room on set. So if you are choosing between them, think less about which one is better and more about how you work. Both have real merit. One feels like a reliable studio companion. The other feels like a flexible system that adapts as you move. We know which one we reach for more now, and that shift happened naturally. That was all. Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you found it helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more videos.